YouTube, how are we doing? Welcome to episode 4 of running the most optimal bulk. And this week has been a very fucking good week. I'm looking forward to running you through it. So we are still in the Airbnb. It's a really foggy day in Dubai. Usually the Burj Khalifa is right there, but you can't actually see it because it's too humid. And by the way, there is a window pane, hence why I can stand so close to the edge. If there was no window pane, I'd be struggling with the heights right now because we are 12 floors up, as you can see, pretty high. Pretty damn high. But yes, exciting updates. I have had my program through from Dirk, my training program for the next 8 weeks. And so I know which gym I'm going to be training at as well. And I'm going to take you there with me today to train legs. And it's really good. It's a really good gym. It's not like I'd be okay training there. It's like decked out with prime kit. It's got a great hack squat, great leg press, amazing upper body kit. It's like exactly what I'm after, and it means that me and Evie are kind of deciding where to live based off that gym now. Bit cheeky, but that's what I was kind of aiming for anyway. So I'm gonna go train there today, legs. I trained upper body there 2 days ago, 2 days ago, and it was amazing. And the leg kit I think is even better. So I'll take you with me for that. And the one thing I'm gonna do before I go is actually take my measurements before I've pumped my legs up so that you guys can get a realistic measurement and that I can keep realistic data instead of just like doing it after a quad workout and my quads are like twice the size. So let's go for it. So that is 58 on the left. Has that gone down? And oh my God, 56 on the right. I really hope those measurements haven't gone down. If they've gone down, I'll be really sad. But it just means that I need to take the bulk even more seriously, which I'm going to. And left calf 36, right calf 35. So I'll put those measurements into the spreadsheet and see if they are going up even a little bit. Obviously, they're not going to go up every single week, but it's more like a long-term thing that I'm going to track over months. But the biggest struggle that I'm going to face in Dubai, which I've already mentioned, is my calories, right? This week, I'll run you through it later on, but I've been struggling to reach that 3,500 calorie mark. And I know I've like in the past, I've had to eat 5,000 and I'm okay with it. Here, it's tough because of the heat. Every time you step outside, your appetite just dies. So I'll talk you through a little bit today as to how I'm getting my calories in as well. But so far today, I've had my liquid calories smoothie. So in other words, banana, protein powder, creatine, those things, just because it's quick, easy, can blend it, drink it straight away without actually having to prep any food, and I don't actually have to chew any food to eat it. So that's all I've had so far today. I'm gonna go train. When I come back, I'll probably have a bowl of cereal, some wraps, some chicken and rice, and me and Evie are going out for a date night tonight as well, or we're cooking in for a date night. I'm not sure which one yet, but either way, I will be hitting that 3,500 calorie mark. So let's go to the gym. I was literally about to walk out the door on the way to the gym, and these have just arrived from the UK because I lost mine. And these are, let me open that. These are a special type of wrist wrap that help you grip things that are way better than other ones. And I lost my pair back in the UK, but now I have a fresh pair that I'm going to use today. Fucking get in there. I can use them for legs today. Woo! I'm so excited. So the leg day itself, we started off with a seated hamstring curl, and I'm not gonna lie, I know I'm a bit fussy with my kit, but I was expecting this machine to feel so much better because I've used a prime hamstring curl in the past, and it's one of my favorite pieces of kit that I've ever used in my life. This machine isn't as good. It's like an older model of prime, and it's just not as robust. Like towards the end of the set, I was getting close to failure, and the whole machine was like bending and moving around me. It just didn't feel as stable, and it meant that I couldn't get as good of a stimulus for my hamstrings. But I'm not complaining because most gyms don't even have a seated hamstring curl full stop, so this is me being an absolute equipment snob. After that, I went into hyperextensions for my hamstrings as well, which I've been getting on with quite a lot recently. It's still an exercise that I'm weak as fuck with, and I'm still in general getting used to it because I've only done it for maybe 6 months now. But yeah, hyperextensions came second. Again, boring leg exercise, right? But I got my hamstrings and calves out of the way at the start of the session simply because they're the kind of muscle groups that I want to get out of the way so that I can focus on all of my quad volume in one go towards the end of the session. Another weakness being worked on right here, calf raises, which I hope I can increase the measurement on those in this bulking phase. I'd be very excited about that because even the smallest differences on my calves make a big difference to me because I look at them every day and I'm like, you're still fucking tiny. If I could see a little bit of growth, a little bit more growth next time I get lean would be epic. And then we got into the quad work. So I started off with a shortened biased leg extension. So it's not just like shortened bias getting harder at the top. I'm actually only doing top half reps here and this is prescribed from Dirk. The idea here is to get as much blood into my quads as I possibly can before I go into my squat pattern, which is a hack squat, so that all like my quads are full of blood. They're, nothing's like janking against each other, nothing's painful, and by the time I go onto the hack squat, everything feels like absolute butter, because otherwise I'm quite susceptible to knee pain, things feeling quite uncomfortable. But now, after doing the short and biased leg extensions, these hack squats feel elite. So you can see here my heels are coming off as well, trying to get as deep of a stretch as possible on that quad, and I'm pausing at the bottom as well. So really taking all of that elastic energy out of the tendons and making my quads do all of the work. I mean, look, this is a heavy hack squat, but even so, I just don't need that much weight. And that's literally a 10 kilo plate per side, and I hit failure. I could not have done another rep there without like no chance. Then I went back onto the leg extensions, right? But this time I was doing a length and bias leg extension, so getting a bit more range of motion, and the resistance profile was making it hardest at the bottom instead of at the top. And I'm leaning backwards a little bit more as well. So subtle little differences just make for a whole different experience and a whole different purpose on that machine as well. And I finished off with these Nordic leg extensions, which I've never ever done before, but my form wasn't quite right and I was a bit off balance, because what I needed to do was get my hands on my hips rather than holding them up here. I actually did that this week when I was training and it was 10 times better. But even so, these Nordic leg extensions are really there to stretch out my rec fem, which is just that tiny little muscle on the top of your quads. And you can see me struggling to keep a straight line between my shoulders and knees here and not have any hip bend, but that's the thing that I'm really gonna work on next week. But this leg day is gonna be my leg day for the next 10 weeks at least. And I'm loving it so far. It's brutal. I need to build my quads more than anything else, and it looks like it's really going to do the job, because my DOMs the day after this day are absolutely awful. Here's a quick posing update as well. This is just in the changing rooms afterwards, and I'm currently at around 81 kilos. So my lightest last year was 70 kilos, and the heaviest I've ever been is 95. So I'm in the middle, and things are looking all right. After a stressful last month of moving around Dubai and looking for an apartment, I will take it. But I do want to see some big fucking improvements in my physique over the next year. So back from the gym, I also had food out as well, which I'll show on screen here. It was like a chicken and rice bowl, really fucking good. Now I'm heading to get my hair cut, because me and Evie are going to a beach club tomorrow. I want to get my hair cut ready for it, and also my hair's just getting to that point where I'm starting to get bedhead, and out here honestly, if my hair isn't short, I get hot. My head gets hot because it's got to be like 40 degrees right now. It is roasting, absolutely roasting. Mine and Evie's visas got issued yesterday, so we can now start apartment hunting, which is pretty fucking exciting, and that's gonna be the main focus for the next week or so. We know the area that we want to live in and the gym that we're going to train at consistently. We just now need to find an apartment in that area. So haircut today. We move out of this Airbnb on Sunday. From there, it is literally apartment hunting all the time. So keeping you up to date with my data as well. God damn, that is an unflattering lamp. Makes me look like a 12-year-old schoolboy. Anyway, keeping you up to date with the data, I've now put in the measurements that I took earlier on. So my left quad measured in at 58, right quad at 56, left calf at 36, right calf at 35. So that means my measurements have pretty much maintained, except for my left quad actually growing compared to 4 weeks ago by a centimetre. So actually, I thought the measurements had gone down earlier. They've actually gone up a little bit, which I'm happy about. Now, let's get into what the spreadsheet's been doing, because I've been collecting good data the last few weeks. So full week of tracking last week, and it's going to be another full week of tracking this week, and pretty much full on the body weight side of things as well. So last week, my rate of gain was just below 1%, so a little bit fast. But the spreadsheet said, keep your calories exactly the same, don't panic, don't change anything, let's stick with it. I stuck with it, and my rate of gain has slowed down this week, and now I'm eating in between 3,400 and 3,600 thousand calories. My body weight is trending upwards perfectly, and the spreadsheet is telling me to eat exactly the same next week. Now, the really cool thing about this is you may know that I have a coach who is a world champion natural bodybuilder. He sets my calorie targets as well, and he looks over everything nutrition-wise. Just have a look at exactly the calorie targets he set me for this week. So my AI spreadsheet is setting the exact same calorie targets that Dirk has set for me as well. So in other words, my spreadsheet is mimicking the same nutritional decisions that a world champion natural bodybuilder would make, which is so sick. So sick. Training has been going well as well. I'll show you that on my spreadsheet that Dirk's built for me. Training's been going well. I've had 2 sessions from my new gym so far. Obviously the leg day that you've just seen and the upper body day I did earlier on this week as well. I've got 2 left for this week, and next week I'll be training at this gym every single day, which I'm so excited for, because I'll be honest, like moving around Airbnbs, training in different gyms, it has been tough, and I'm ready to get into a motherfucking routine, a serious one. So anyway, I get to tick, I took responsibility this week because my measurements were in, I've tracked all my data, and any time that I did mess up, I called myself out on it, and it was on me. It's always completely on me. So hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I will carry on these coming as well, because when I start climbing up into that 85 kilo mark, I think things will start to get, a little bit more exciting as well. Bodyweight wise, I want to see how I look at that 85 kilo mark, because I want to see me holding on to the same kind of levels of condition that I have now, but just like obviously so much more muscle. That is the goal. Anyway, guys, I will catch you next week on my next leg day, and I'm going to start diving into the training in a little bit more detail once I've got a baseline set of numbers from one gym. At the moment, I'm all over the place, so it's hard to compare. But right now, I need to go and get my gym session in a hotel gym, which sucks, but I'll catch you guys next week. And reminder, if you want a spreadsheet like this of your own, all you have to do is click the top link in this video and go and join the school group chat, where you can have your own copy of this. You can pick my brain, you can ask me questions about everything, and also be in a community of other skinny guys as well. So go and get yourself in the growth blueprint. It's so worth it, and it's the best 30 quid a month you will spend ever. Anyway, catch you next week.